Hello. So here we are, back at the 1989 Vagabond Presidential. Sitting in my driveway now. This is only the third day that I've owned it. No wind, no glass. Got the window raised up, no screen, no doorknob. Um, but anyway, I made a video yesterday. I kind of went through a walkthrough on it. My emotions were really running amok. And the first thing I want to do is apologize that I came across so sarcastic. Whoever did attempt to turn this into their little humble abode probably did best they could with what they could get their hands on. And who am I to bash them for that? They tried. And that was very rude and mean of me. And I didn't mean to come across that way. And I do sincerely apologize. I guess I was just feeling a little overwhelmed. And that's basically all I can say is I'm sorry. Definitely more level today. Went out, did a lot of price checking. I did some research before I did this, but I didn't know I was going to have to do floors and walls. I thought maybe some. I didn't think I was going to gut from end to end of a 32-foot 1989 camper RV. But now that I know that, I went out and got some real pricing on some things. So I just thought I'd share a few ideas that I have before I get started. Again, this is going to be sitting on some acreage in rural Missouri. I plan to raise goats, milking goats, and I really want to get into some beekeeping. Presently I do chickens and rabbits. And raised garden beds, lots and lots of raised garden beds. So I plan to use this as my home there until, like, maybe I can build a house of some sort. I just really kind of want to stay with the tiny house, though, living. It's just, to me, so much easier for the solar and the composting and all of that. So, anyway, I just want to briefly go over some things. I found out that to have the propane professionally checked at Camping World, it starts out at 110. And so that kept me awake last night, wondering just how much that was going to be. Propane is something I'm definitely going to leave to the professionals. So I don't own a big enough truck to pull this right now, so I'll have to rent a truck, take it to Camping World, and have that done. And also checked on the price of a stovetop. I don't necessarily need an oven. If anything, I'll get a microwave convection oven and a refrigerator, because I'm so afraid that I'm going to get there and this refrigerator is just going to go out anyway. And so, and besides, it's just, oh, extension cord. It was spray painted and it's all bubbled up. And there would be ways possibly of covering that, but that's just so ugly. Every time I walk by it, I would cringe. And I didn't get any carpet pulled up today. That was one of my plans, was to get the carpet pulled up. I didn't. I was just busy out pricing everything. Flooring, paneling, I guess is it 3/4 inch flooring? I don't know. I have it all written down. And I can't remember. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain, especially with this huge project now sitting in my driveway. I also have the extra, I live in a city, in a county, and not a great neighborhood, but still, I gotta say, I'm a little embarrassed to have this sitting in my driveway. I'm not a snob by any means. It's just so rough right now with the broken windows and the ill-fitting doors, and it just looks so shabby, and not shabby chic, just shabby. And it just bothers me. But I'm getting better about it. Now I'm starting to actually get excited. And so I was thinking that everybody that I've come in contact with that's refurbished these old RVs and travel trailers refers to them as giving them new life. And that's so true. And I've embraced that idea of breathing new life into her and making her come alive again. And I want to, with my color schemes, I want to honor the 1989 by holding on to Goldie. So she has huge gold pinstriping, or striping up the sides. And she was originally this floral red, so not going to go with floral red, I promise you, or red carpet, but it's going to be a very neutral color in here. It's going to be beige, but it's going to be beige with warm undertones. And I decided to do that. I know that cool undertones would probably make it seem more spacious, but at the same time, it's going to make it feel more like a trailer to me. So I'm going to stick with the warm undertones. It's still going to be a neutral beige, but with warm undertones. And then for the red, to honor her, 1989, I'm just going to have hints of red here and there, and more like the clay pot red, I think, closer to that. Maybe some flecks, hints of red in the drapes. I plan to make the drapes, the hallway curtains myself, all the curtains myself, and just hang them on dowel sticks there in the hallway. Gonna go with that. I'm not gonna go with any kind of striped flooring like that, because to me that's gonna give it the, no offense to anybody else who does do that, but to me it gives it that pattern of a long trailer, and I don't want that feeling. I would feel like a caged animal, and that's my track. So I'm definitely going to go with square, and I'm just going to use peel and stick square tiles in a nice neutral color with some design in it, and just use throw rugs to break up the space. The backsplash, I'm going to use a lot of texture in the backsplash. I think a river rock look with a sandy, sort of a very neutral sand tone in the backsplash in here. This countertop, this whole thing here has to go. It's just so rough, and it just has to go. Like I said, the new cooktop, the new refrigerator. Some of this is staying, not the inside. The inside's going to be fitted with a very modern, and it's funny because it's a modern, distressed, retro look. Isn't that a strange concept? Modern retro. Anyway, that's kind of what it is, because with the composting toilet and the self-contained water system, the gray water, I want it to go into the tank, but I also want to fit that in such a way that I can get that gray water to drain almost like a soaker hose type situation into my raised garden beds using gravity, and just turn the levers to turn one particular hose on to water one particular bed at a time. So that's going to take a lot of ingenuity. And in the bathroom, I'm just going to completely take this cabinet out. I want it fitted with a sunlight in here. I would love to see what that would take to put a sunlight in where I want it, and just put this whole area here as an open space. I just want this open. There's no need for a second sink when my other sink is just right there, right there. This whole thing here, this whole area here will be for the composting toilet. The one I'm looking at is about $1,000, which is funny because the toilet will cost the same as the camper. That's just such a funny thought to me. And yeah, I just kind of want to honor her 1989-ness. Just some ideas that I have in decorating. I do want to use a lot of texture. I want a kind of almost a burlap look without using burlap in the curtains. And maybe even some flecks of gold somewhere. I was thinking maybe in the cabinet poles that I do end up with. I was thinking, Hobby Lobby makes some really cute cabinet poles. And if I could find some with some just slight gold fleck and hints of red here and there, I would have the gold and the red from the 1989 original motif. So anyway, those are my plans. I'm so super excited now to get started, now that I realize it's not going to cost as much as I was freaking out for the last couple days. And I, again, want to apologize. I did not mean to come across as sarcastic towards whomever did the work before. It's not the way I would have done it, but it's not for me to say that their way was wrong. It's just different. That's all. Their needs and my needs were totally different. I need it to be homey. I need it to feel like a home. And it kind of felt like a party house or something when I first got it, and it just had all the wrong feel. And then I started to think, well, I'm the only one who can make it feel like mine. So those are my plans. I got some money in mind, some amounts, some dollars, and did a lot of number crunching today, and I realized this can be done. It's not going to be as bad as I thought it was going to be. So just a lot of work, and I'm just going to come out here the early morning and start to work on it, and I'm just going to work from the ceiling down to the floors. And then the beauty's going to be in the detail. I really feel like the beauty will be in the detail, and everything that I do in here will be geared towards, my solar, my natural lighting, my ability to manipulate lighting, my gravity-fed water disposal, my gray water disposal into the garden beds, and just to live a very simple life. Laundry-wise, I'm just going to figure out a way to do my laundry in a tub with a washboard for now, and a hand crank wringer, and hang stuff out on a clothesline, and in the winter, probably hang stuff inside to add moisture to the air. Lots and lots of plants. That's another thing I wanted to mention was, the green of the plant here. I definitely want to bring that green with the red flecking here and there, not flecking, but the specks, the hints of red and the warm undertones. It'll go nicely with the green plants, the live, actual edible herbs that are going to be pretty much everywhere. That whole area over there is going to be for plants. I'm going to build out that shelf a lot farther and just use this lighting in here for plants. I know the days are shorter in the winter, and that could be an issue, but it is what it is, and what thrives thrives, and what doesn't, and it's all a learning experience. So anyway, that's it. I don't want to ramble on too much longer. I just wanted to again apologize and just kind of share these emotional roller coaster, I guess, of getting into this. I'm starting to love her. I'm starting to think of her as mine, and starting to embrace this project a lot more. So, all right, everybody, have a great evening. Peace out.